Hi ladies! Hello everybody! It's been a while since I made a video thanks to my computer, but I'd like to say good morning, but I'm starting to realize that the more comments and feedback I get on this video, the more I realize that I have, there's people all over the world watching this video. All over the world. It makes me think of that song. You know that song? People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. People all over the world, join hands, start a love train, love train. Yeah, that makes me think of that song. I haven't done a video in 2 weeks now. My computer is not feeling well. Not really sure why. I need a Geek Squad to come fix it. It just has zero internet connection and is making my life very difficult. So I need to work on that, and once I get that fixed, this will be a lot easier. But I'm going to try and either upload this from my phone or maybe try to email it to another computer and upload it there. I'm not really sure, but it definitely needs to get fixed. So if anybody wants to come to my house and do that for me, I'd be really appreciative. Funny story, when I was, I don't know, 13 maybe, my aunt was really into computers, and her computer wasn't working properly. So she had to call the Geek Squad, and you know the Geek Squad, you can see them at Best Buy, and they have the Volkswagen Beetles painted, or they have the vans. And he showed up to fix my aunt's computer, or my grandma's computer, I don't remember. But my grandma was in love with him. She really, really just was like, he's so adorable, oh my gosh, Emily, he's just so cute. And he was like an old man to me. He was 24. That was old. I was 13, so that was justifiably old in my book. But she was like, he's so cute and so smart, and he has a good job, and I just want to lock him in the basement until you're old enough to date. That's creepy, Grams. That's really creepy. It was weird. So that's my Geek Squad story. But hopefully that is up and running, and I don't really use my computer for much other than my videos. I do everything from my phone. But yeah, so there's that. I apologize for the delay in videos. I know you guys look forward to them. So let's talk about the past 2 weeks. I hope that you guys are in a wonderful state of being. We are coming upon the holidays. Yeah, I know a lot of people are either very excited and already wearing sweaters with matching dangly earrings, or some of you are decorating more with Halloween decorations because you hate this time of year. For those types of people, I'm sorry, but you will have to endure lots of Christmas music until December 31st. And in some places, until after New Year's. I've never really understood that. I've never really understood why so many people leave up Christmas decorations for New Year's. They have nothing to do with one another. Take that stuff down. It's done. You wait till next year. Take that Christmas tree down. Maybe it's just my family. We literally take all the Christmas decorations down the very next day. And then it's really depressing in the house because it's just stripped. It was all warm and cozy, and there was lights and things that sing and dance, Christmas stuff. And then you take it all down and the sun comes out and you're like, no more holiday spirit. Let's get back to regular life. Oh yeah, because regular life is grand. These past 2 weeks have been both positive for me and negative for me, but that's the way life goes. Without a couple of speed bumps and brick walls, you can't really learn anything. But I'm kind of learning this week and over the course of last week, and today even something was brought to my attention that we have to make decisions. We have to make big decisions when it comes to people in our life. And that's difficult because I'm the type of person where I give people the benefit of the doubt for a really, really long time. For a really long time. I just want to love people and support them and help them reach their potential. And I put myself out there in a lot of ways, and then sometimes it doesn't work out. You know? Sometimes relationships of many different forms don't work out, and there's nothing you can do about it. And as long as you've put your heart into it and your passion into it and you gave it everything that you could, and when it's all said and done, you can say, you know, I tried. I did everything that I could. I loved that situation. I supported it. I gave it good advice. I held its hand the entire way. And then it just didn't work out. It's not positive for my life anymore. So it's time to take a different path. And I think that it's important that we do put all of ourselves into everything. That way, when that time in our life closes, we don't have regrets. We don't look back and think, well, what if I did this? Because in my opinion, looking back at a situation and saying, what if, is so much worse and can carry so much more guilt than being able to say, you know what, I did everything. I put my whole heart into it. They gave them my life, and then they stabbed me in the back. And it was horrible and awful. But you know what? It's over, and I learned from it, and I'm moving on, and there's bigger and better things that are ahead for me. So it's okay. But it would suck if you were like, I gave them everything to a point, but then I pulled back a little because I was scared. I wonder what would have happened if I just put a little bit more into it. What if it would have worked? What if I just gave a teeny bit more and it would have turned out better for me and for them? Like, that would suck a lot more, don't you think? I think so. So there's a lot of situations that have come up in my life this year where I've had to realize that sometimes, no matter how much you put into it, it's just not the way your life is going. It may be a part of your life, but it's definitely not the ending scenario for your life. Like, we all have so many little bits and pieces of our life and so many different people that we meet and situations that we go through, and we get stuck. Like, we get complacent, we get happy, or we get comfortable, and they may not be the best things for us, and they may not always make us as happy as we could be, but we're comfortable. So we stay there and we don't want to move. We don't want to leave that comfort zone. You know, you're in this little bubble and you're like, I'm comfortable here. I feel safe. It may not be the best for me, and there may be something much greater and much bigger out there for me, but that's scary, so I'm just going to stay here. I'm going to stay here. It's safe. But really, you're missing out on so much, and you're not giving your life its full potential, or whoever else is in the situation your full potential. And in the end, everybody's holding everybody back because they don't want to have to do something that might make them uncomfortable. Like, take for instance a relationship. This is the best way to describe it. And it can be a relationship of any kind. It can be, you know, a husband and wife, or a boyfriend and girlfriend, or girlfriend and girlfriend, or boyfriend and boyfriend, or, you know, a cow and a chicken. I don't really care. Whatever. Best friends, BFFs, a grandma and her grandson, a boy and his dog. I don't care. But a relationship of some kind. You know, we fall in love with individuals, and we fall in love with energy, and we fall in love with personalities, but we're human beings, or we're a cow and a chicken, you know, whatever. We all grow, and we all change, and sometimes over time we grow into different people, and our thoughts change, and our opinions change, and the way we view things change. And occasionally there's those moments where the person that you were with and that you loved, you guys grow apart because who you are as people no longer meshes in a soulmate-y kind of way. whether it's a soulmate of a best friend or a soulmate of, you know, a pet that you really, really loved when they were a baby, but then they grow up and they turn into assholes. And then you just deal with it because they're your responsibility now. That's not important. So that's a rabbit trail of a different color. You know, relationships, we get comfortable and we get complacent, and they slowly get worse and worse and worse because we don't want to make ourselves uncomfortable. Sometimes we use people as pacifiers. We use them as pacifiers because even though it may not be what we really want in life, it's still enough to keep us comfortable. You know, a husband and wife may be really comfortable in a marriage because they both go to work, they're paying their bills, you know, they have a house over their head, they have cars, you know, we go to the grocery store, we, you know, watch our TV shows at night. But really what they are is just ships passing in the night. They don't talk anymore, they don't connect anymore. And that issue arises where there's a big difference in loving somebody and being in love with somebody. You can initially fall in love with somebody and be in love with them for a long time, and then you get to a point in your life where you're two different people. You no longer mesh, and the only reason you're sticking around is because you have love for them. And the thought of stepping away from something that you've been so comfortable in for so long makes your skin crawl. It's scary. It's like, how do I leave something that's owned my life for so many years? But sometimes you have to make yourself uncomfortable to really discover who you are. And without putting yourself in those situations where you're uncomfortable, you're just going to stay in that rut, if that makes sense. So I think that it's important that in any relationships that we put ourselves in through life, that we always make sure they're at their highest potential, they're at their most healthiest points. That we don't just keep ourselves in a situation or a relationship because that's what's comfortable. Because I'm okay here. I'm okay. Can't really complain. I'm not really happy. I could be doing so much more with my life. I could meet a lot of different people. And you start thinking, and sometimes you just gotta go. And if you've done all that you can in the relationship or the friendship that you've been in, or no matter what, whether it's a business relationship or an intimate relationship, as long as you put everything in that you can and you tried your best, sometimes parting ways is the next best thing. And you can't feel bad for that. Because everybody needs healthy relationships, not complacent relationships. Not pacifying relationships. Not relationships that they're just making do in because they feel like they have to. Healthy relationships, where each individual can reach their highest potential by sharing the energy with the other person. That's what it's about. I've had to step away from lots of relationships in life because they weren't healthy for me. They weren't good for my life. And I wish all of those people that were in my life for a moment the best in their lives, and that their next relationships bring them even more blessings and even more positivity than I brought into it. That's all you can do. That's all, you can expect someone else to do for you. But sometimes we need to realize that certain situations, certain relationships, certain times in our life are the stepping stones to the finish line. They're not necessarily the finish line. They're just another piece of that road of life. So when it gets hard and it gets difficult and you're questioning those relationships, you just need to pull over to the side of the road and really reevaluate what you're bringing into their life and what they're bringing into yours. And if it's not positive and it's not healthy, maybe it's time to go. For both of you, start a new journey, start a new chapter. Be healthy and be happy. But always remember to end with love. It's not always going to be easy. And you're not always going to be able to love that person straight out the door. But you'll get there. It's important to always end with love in your heart, because without love, you're just going to be a sad, sad person. And I don't want that for you. I wouldn't want that for me. Remember, walking in love is an action, not an emotion. It's how you act and how you treat. You might not always feel it inside, but it's the fact that you can move past your own emotion and outwardly love somebody through your acts that really matters. So I hope that you guys are okay with this video for my comeback after 2 weeks. I didn't really know what to talk about, so I just started talking, and you guys know how that goes. Random stuff. But I love you all. I love you all with all of my being, and I wish you the best. And I thank you and love you guys for watching these videos every Monday with me, whether it's morning, noon, or night. Thank you for spending time with me. And always remember, you are in control of the days that fill your week. From Monday to Sunday, it's in your power, not somebody else's. Fill it with amazing happiness and amazing individuals and amazing energy. And give somebody else that benefit too. So I love you guys, and until next Monday, I am out like trout. I don't know what that means. Okay.